Are we a country anymore?
Are we still a country?
There's a civil war.
I hope that it doesn't turn into anything.
The showdown escalates between Texas and the White House.
25 states supporting Abbott.
25 governors now supporting Abbott.
25 states have now voiced their support for Texas and Governor Abbott.
God bless Greg Abbott.
One after all these governors together. Did you call each other?
This is a no-brainer. The White House and Joe Biden just obviously doesn't get it, or they don't care. This buck stops with the White House and President Biden. He had both houses of Congress from 2020 to 2022 and didn't do a thing. He can take executive actions. Hey, how about going down there and seeing it for yourself and telling people we're not going to allow folks to come across?
There is no word to describe this except invasion.
Illegal encounters surpassed 300,000 in December alone.
They're demanding the state allow federal agents to remove razor wire border barriers. But Texas is responding, come and take it.
Right now, Texas is telling the Biden administration to come and take it.
He's not going to allow this continual dilution of our country, this just overrunning of our border, the literal letting in of these individuals.
The Supreme Court's ruling didn't say we had to take this down. It just said they could cut it. They can cut it all they want. We're going to replace it.
There's a lot of bad people involved in this that are coming across the border. And right here, right before our eyes, we see a constitutional crisis being created by the Biden administration.
Mr. President, you say you want to secure the border. Texas has secured it. Leave it alone. This is working. And in this park, there were thousands and thousands of people crossing every day. Thousands. I just checked. No one's crossed today. We got it covered.
Let me know in the comments. Do you support Joe Biden or do you stand with Texas? Well, take a look. Coming out on the 25th, the Republican governors band together, issue a joint statement supporting Texas' constitutional right to self-defense. Let's take a look at this. And also, we're going to be looking at some video footage giving more updates as to what's going on. 25 Republican governors released the following joint statement. President Biden and his administration have left Americans and our country completely vulnerable to unprecedented illegal immigration pouring across the southern border. Instead of upholding the rule of law and securing the border, the Biden administration has attacked and sued Texas, stepping up to protect American citizens from historic levels of illegal immigration. We stand in solidarity with our fellow Governor Greg Abbott and the state of Texas in utilizing every tool and strategy, including razor wire fences, to secure the border. We do it in part because the Biden administration is refusing to enforce immigration laws already on the books and is illegally allowing mass parole across America of migrants who entered our country illegally. The author of the U.S. Constitution made clear that in times like this, states have the right of self-defense under Article 4, Section 4, and Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution. Because the Biden administration has abdicated its constitutional compact duties to the states, Texas has every legal justification to protect the sovereignty of our states and our nation. Now let's take a look at the latest coming out on this, and don't forget, smash the like button if you appreciate the updates. Hit subscribe to stay up to date, totally free, why not? And consider joining the newsletter at www.steveramnews.com.
Joining us now is someone who knows an awful lot about our southern border. That's former Texas Governor, former Energy Secretary Rick Perry. Governor, good to see you. I really feel for the people of Texas. The only thing that I take heart in is that the Border Patrol, Federal Border Patrol, they were saying they're not going in. They're not cutting that razor wire. They're not going to have a confrontation with Texas National Guard. What if Joe Biden then tries to federalize Texas's Guard? What's going to happen?
Yeah, good on those men and women. Let me say first, God bless Greg Abbott, standing up and basically saying he's not going to allow this continual dilution of our country, this just overrunning of our border, the literal letting in of these individuals who, you nailed it right on the head, Sean, when you talked about there's a lot of bad people involved in this that are coming across the border. People we don't know who they are, but I guarantee, as sure as God made strawberries, that some of them are being sent here with bad intent in their mind, and they're gonna go do some bad things in this country. And Greg Abbott and those 25 other governors that stood up, God bless them as well. I'm telling you, this administration likes to talk about, constitutional crises that be created by Donald Trump. And right here, right before our eyes, we see a constitutional crisis being created by the Biden administration. And Texans aren't going to put up with it. They're standing up. They're doing what's right. And, I hope that it doesn't turn into anything worse than just, being put out. But the other thing that's going to happen is Texas is going to become a substantially redder state than it already is. Those historically Democrats along the border are seeing what this administration's doing, and they're going to walk away from the Democrat Party and say, no more, we've had it with you. We're going to go join the party that's of a rule of law and that believes in keeping our country safe and sound and economically viable.
Governor, the two of us spent a lot of time in this very area. We even did a show from the border right by the Rio Grande. Was out with you on boats. You got to really educate me in this particular area. There's nothing in that decision by the Supreme Court that forces Texas to take down any wire. There's nothing in that decision that prevents them from putting up more wire. As a matter of fact, if I look at the Constitution, I'll look down if you don't mind. Article 4 says the federal government shall protect the states against invasion. In modern history, the U.S. has never suffered an invasion of the homeland, and yet one is happening now, and they went as far as to say that Joe Biden's policies have unleashed an invasion of military-age male foreigners who posed one of the most pernicious ever threats to American security. Now, excuse me, Governor, but if that's not a clear and present danger to every American's safety and security, I don't know what is.
Spot on, Sean. Let me tell you, I don't think there's anything that needs to get more coverage right now than that letter by those individuals who spent a lifetime protecting America, and for them to come forward and say, never before have we seen this type of activity. Never before have we seen evidence of people who have harm on their minds to do to Americans freely coming into this country. And the shocking part about this, Sean, is that you have a president of the United States and administration that seems to be helping them right along. We want to go cut the barter wire and let these people freely come in and dilute this country. I'm stunned that Americans are not just up in arms, literally, with what's going on, and sending a clear message. This administration is, look, if this is how you plan on getting reelected, good luck, my friend, because it's not going to happen.
I honestly, I feel for law enforcement because I have so much respect for them, but they have respect for each other. And the fact that Border Patrol has come out so strongly and so supportive of the efforts of Governor Abbott and the Guard, and knowing darn well that Joe Biden created this crisis, I think has been pretty inspiring. Those governors that you mentioned, every Republican governor has spoken out in defense of Texas. And I stand with Texas, too. You once gave me the honor. I'm an honorary Texan governor. I have that document proudly displayed in my studio, and I really stand with the people of Texas tonight. This has got to stop. It's bad for the country. It always has been, and it's of Joe Biden's making. It's horrible. Governor, good to see you.
So there you have it, you guys. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And in addition to that, they're saying that we need to secure our borders due to the potential of those that want to cause harm to the United States making their way in unvetted. And we actually saw some video footage of this recently. To see that, check this video out right here, as one individual crossing the border made threats, and he was identified, and it was not good. So check out that video next if you missed it. And like I said, as more information comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.